All right, all right. Hey, everybody, how you doing this morning? Welcome to the show, Stock Markets with Bruce. I'm Uncle Bruce. Welcome everyone to the program as we are attempting to follow the markets and understand what's going on in plain English. I do the best I can for you. Thank you all for joining in. I was noticing about 10 minutes ago, SoFi was down to about $10.90. Now it's at $11.13. Just took a shot higher. Way to go, SoFi. I'm noticing also that GameStop is $24.97. It's only down 43 cents. Trying to get back to $25. Hasn't done that all morning. Rocket Lab at 19.90 now popped to 20.24 just in the last couple of minutes. So something good is happening with some of these stocks. If I could tell you what it is, I would, other than giving you the old one-liner, more buyers than sellers. CPI 2.4% says Toki Dog. Aurora, good morning, everybody. And maybe that's it. Bond, Bruce, how stable are those BIL ETFs with bond market turmoil? They're very stable. They're very, very stable. Yeah, you're going to be fine there. Good morning, Richard Carlin. Thank you, everybody. Don't forget, this classes are on sale. If you want to learn how to write stock options, make money in this ridiculous market. The people who've been taking these lessons and who've been writing options all this week and last week, in particular, oh, they're smiling ear to ear here. Pretty well, everybody is pretty happy. Then again, if you've been a writer for 4 years because of this channel, you've done, I think, rather well. Stock Jockey, welcome to the party, pal. Lee is here, number 5, thumbs up. Cutting Edge is here, number 8. Andrea is in the house. Buongiorno, number 12, thumbs up. Big E is in the house, number 16. Thank you, CKT, for 21. Yippee-ki-yay, howdy, family. Bagel fam, number 26, thumbs up. Straddling up for this rodeo. Yeehaw. Rice Checks, 28 thumbs up. Andre Delatorre, good morning. Henry T. Mark C., thank you all. Jeff Glass, Bruce, how stable are those bills? BLs are pretty good, thank you. Welcome. Okay, so the CPI looks like it's 2.4. Maybe the market likes it. Let's just double check a few quotes here. MicroStrategy is at 288.72, now 289, so that's looking a little better. Not that that's an indicator of the CPI. Just saying. The fallout. Nvidia 110.74 down 350, a little better than that 109 level that we seem to have been touching. We're at 265 on Tesla, down 670. I'm looking at pre-market quotes here. Trying to gauge this market with you to see what exactly is going on right now. Thank you all to the show, and welcome to the program today as we attempt to follow the futures. I'm showing the Dow futures down 640 at the moment, and I've got the S&P 500 down 109. At the moment, 111. So they're a bit lower. The Japan market closed up 9%. Europe was up nicely. Asia, as I had said last night, that would likely be the case. And sure enough, they followed through with the American run-up yesterday afternoon. Here, we've got a bit of a pullback, but that's to be expected. We were up 2,900 points. So there you go. Yeah, inflation cooled off, and so that's a good sign. Now, will that pop the market? That's what I'm wondering about. I'm just a guy sitting in front of the computer trying to figure this out. The euro has been climbing on the dollar. It's now up to 111.25. The yen is climbing. A year ago or so, during Biden's presidency, the American dollar could have purchased 160 yen. Now only 145 yen can be purchased with a dollar. So the American dollar is getting whacked in Japan. Interesting. The pound against the dollar, 129.44, trying to get back to 130. We were in the 122 area for the pound about 3 months ago. So, yeah, it's not been good for the American dollar lately. Crude oil down a couple of percentage points, 2.5% lower at 60.79 for crude, after rebounding and having a little rally last night after the news, the big holding off of tariffs. We got into that 62, 63 level. We're back to 60.80, down $1.55. Yesterday we were at 55.50. So crude is not yet out of the woods as far as its sell-off goes. We'll watch for that. And the U.S. 10-year note, the U.S. Treasury, the 10-year Treasury is yielding a percentage rate on the open market of 4.31%. And that is the number. That is the entity. That is the stock, if you want to call it a stock. It's not a stock, it's a bond. That's the thing that the world is watching, is the value of the U.S. 10-year and the yields. Is it going up in price, which yield means the yields going lower, or is it going down in price, which means yields are higher? Yesterday, it was falling, and it was falling badly in the morning. And it got to the point where the Treasury, the head of the U.S. Treasury had to whisper in so-and-so's ear in the White House there, in the office of the White House, I think you might want to just delay those tariffs a little bit, because the way it's going here, we're noticing right now that our bonds are falling in price, and the U.S. dollar is falling off, and the interest rates are surging higher, and that could make it impossible to offer tax cuts that you want to offer. And wouldn't you know it, we're going to delay tariffs for 90 days on some of these nasty tariffs. Well, all these people want to negotiate with us. Let's negotiate. Let's have a chat, except China, because you're the enemy. Unbelievable. This morning, people are waking up going, okay, all right, we had a 3,000 point lift in the market. I mean, we were down hundreds of points, then we were up 3,000, whatever. We got that. All right, fine. But now it's the morning after, and those of us who've been around a while, especially people with white hair, and anyone 30 and older who's been playing the market the last couple of years, even you experienced day traders, you're figuring out, Uncle Bruce, the thing is, I can't trust this guy. One day he says this, and then he makes a little flippant comment under the wing of Air Force One on his way to his golf course about that, and then he's talking about that, and on Air Force One, he's flying back to Washington, he says that, and then all week long, we don't know what the hell's coming out of there. I don't trust this guy. I can't count on this guy for a stable, calm, resolute style of governing. And I kind of miss Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe sometimes wouldn't say a word for days, and the markets just kind of went along, and we could concentrate on price earnings multiples and sales forecasts and geopolitical things. And right now, everything is on one person. Just bring the camera right over here, look at that face, and try to figure out what that guy is thinking about. We have no idea what the next thing is. And this is when the market is going crazy, because the markets don't like crazy. They hate crazy. Markets like boring. I don't know if you know that, but markets love boring. Because if you come out with a very good earnings report number, that is not boring, and then the markets react positively to your numbers. Or if SoFi comes out and says, we just made double the money we were supposed to make that everyone said we were going to make, we made double that much money. That's unboring. That's where SoFi shares go to $18.60 a share and go higher. But when you have the President of the United States hogging all the airtime and no one knows what the hell's going to happen next, that makes markets get fidgety. Investors don't like fidgety markets. They don't like being fidgety. They hate that. And so this is a debilitating grind lower on markets. And so yesterday you saw a 3,000 point rise in the Dow. Yay, we say. But did it come back to 45,000 where we were? No, we're back to 40,000 something. Yeah, that's not good enough. That's not a full recovery. That is still trillions lost. We did get back yesterday $5.1 trillion of value yesterday in the markets. But of course, that doesn't sound as impressive when you consider the fact that we probably lost 11 trillion in the week before. We're still down half, and I don't see the other half happening today. No. I would not be surprised. We have a dip on the opening and then a run up during the day back to even and maybe a little gain today. I wouldn't be shocked at that. But don't count on a 2,000 point rally today on the Dow Jones or anything like that. We're not going to see a 5% run up in the market today. Now it's the let's wait and see what happens next, and we gotta hope for some calm to come in here, and I don't know if that's true. Anyway, there we are. We're 1103 on SoFi. We're jumping between 1090 and 1120 on SoFi. 761,000 shares. U.S. first-time unemployment claims edge upward. That just came out as a headline. We're going to watch all kinds of headlines today, and everything else. GameStop is at 24.81, having a tough time getting back over $25 a share. Other stocks we are watching here: Rocket Lab down 79 to 1980. We're still negative on all 7 of the Magnificent 7 stocks. Right now, we've got Tesla off at 879, Apple down 732, Microsoft down 697, Google down 320, Amazon down 494, Nvidia down 410, and Meta Platforms, Facebook down 1340. These are drops of about 1.8% for Microsoft, that's your best performer, to 2 and 3% drops, with the loser being Nvidia and Apple, 3.7 and 3.72%. Those are the worst performers. It's not the nightmare of nightmares, but that's what we have so far in the morning at this point in time. The Dow is off 439 points. We were down 650 a few minutes ago. We're a little better now. S&P down 78 and NASDAQ down 346. 1.8% for NASDAQ. That's the loss in the pre-market. 1.4% for S&P and 1% for the Dow Jones. Oil down 170 a barrel at 66 or so is where oil is at the moment. What would I be doing today if I were an option writer? You're asking me, you're wondering, Bruce, what trades should I consider doing this morning? How can I get rich or richer doing option writing? Because, Bruce, this has been so good since Jan 21 when you came on the air every day. And then from May and June to July in 2021, you started bringing out those lessons on how to write options. My God, you've changed my world completely. I am now an option writer, and I'm never going to stop. This is so good. Well, I have a few thoughts. By the way, thank you for answering my question of the day today. I didn't know what to ask you today. I wasn't sure. What should I ask these kids? And today, I settled on a question that basically goes, I'm staying in cash to write stock options because I don't trust Washington right now. Rather than, I'm out of cash and I'm going hog wild into the market. I'm going to buy because this is it. Well, interesting to see the results here. 71% of you are saying, yes, Bruce, I am staying in cash, as you've suggested. I am not going into the market. This is not the dip I'm looking for. No, thank you. I think for many of you, what I'm trying to get you to understand, by the way, yes, 72%, no, 28% on this question. For many of you, what I've been trying to give you the imprint of is to tell you that this staying in cash, this isn't temporary. This isn't like, just going to be in cash for a couple of weeks. And then when everything blows over, I'll just put all my money back into the stock market and hold a bunch of stocks and then do some option writing. No, this is the new strategy. This is the new normal for 2 years to 4 years. The entire presidency of this president, you want to be in cash. Why? Total unpredictability from every angle of the government. Unpredictability for the rest of the term from every department. You saw already a glimpse of the Elon Musk ridiculousness. Now you're seeing the tariff craziness. Soon you're going to see all kinds of other nonsense going on because the fallout, it's like a domino effect, will continue. It is insane. It is insane. I'll tell you that under Sleepy Joe, the markets went up 25% in his third year and his fourth year, and there were no complainers about how much money they were making in the market. They might complain about Sleepy Joe, but they weren't complaining about how well their 401ks were doing. And Congress people were not complaining about the kind of money they were able to score trading stock behind your back to get themselves into the millions of dollars of profit range. They were very happy with things. Right now, Congress people and senators are wondering, I don't know what to do. I don't know what this guy's going to say. And I'm a Republican or I'm a Democrat and I'm on this committee and I don't know what's going to happen. The next 4 years will be like that. The next 3.5 will be just like this. So I'm saying to all of you out there, you do not need to be into stock unless you have to be into stock through your retirement accounts. And that means you're going to be option writers on covered calls, which is fine, absolutely fine. But what stocks do you hold and why is the question. And what stocks can give you the best income generation from writing covered calls as well? Another good question there. Same thing with your cash positions. If you're sitting on a cash position and you've written cash secured puts on stocks, companies you like, or you've written call credit spreads or put credit spreads on stocks and or the SPY triple Qs from a very far out of the money distance, fair enough. If you want to quit your day job, but you're in your 30s and 40s and your 401k is worth 30 grand, 60 grand, 80,000, 120, it's coming along. You're nowhere near $1 million. You don't have $2 million saved up in your retirement account. Most of your wealth really is cash on hand or savings, or maybe most of your wealth at age 40 is $150,000 in your house. You're cash poor, but you're asset heavy. But you do want to quit your day job because you got the memo from the office. We want you back in the office. We want you to commute every day, 30 minutes each direction. You now know you're going to have to pay $15 a day to park your goddamn car, or you're going to pay $10 a day in commuting costs. You're going to pay $10 a day for a couple of cups of Starbucks to have meetings with your pals. You're going to have to eat the office food or your own sandwiches or fast food. And you now know it's $50 a day out of my pocket to go to the office every day and back. It's $250 a week is what I spend. I spend $1,000 a month to eat, nibble, transport, parking, gas. It's $1,000 a month off my net pay. I can't write any of it off. You're thinking, no, Uncle Bruce, I want to stay home. I want to be an at-home employee. And if I can't do that with the firm I'm with, I am shopping around. And or I would really rather be staying at home and managing my wealth. Do I have enough wealth to manage, Uncle Bruce, to do this? And the question then is, what kind of option writing are you going to enact to see if you make enough dough per month to do this? This is where a one-on-one might come in handy for some of you folks, because you're going to need a customized game plan to figure out the best way to make this work. But generally speaking, if you're going to use credit spreads, you can limit the amount of capital that you're putting up. You can limit the amount of time you're putting up capital. You can limit the exposure of the capital. You call all the shots. And you can be involved in twice a month, 3 times a month, 4 times a month turnovers of credit spreads, again, depending on just how attentive are you and how interested are you to monitor your accounts. But having said that, you can certainly generate enough capital. Let's say you need $1,000 a week to live on, roughly $4,000 a month, supposedly. You might need to generate $5,000 a month to net out $4,000 a month after capital gains taxes. But really, if you're only making $5,000 a month in profit, that's $60,000 a year option writing. That's not a lot of money. And it's not a lot of taxes either. I mean, at 15% capital gains, and I don't think you have to pay capital gains on the first $60,000 most of you make out there, especially in America, because you have these allowables and the certain window of the first so much is tax-free and blah, 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 blah. Some of you are in states where there's no state income tax. So you might find that you need to make $7,000 at work to clear $4,000 net in certain states. And in other states, just writing options and generating 4,000 in option profits gives you all 4,000 to use any way you want with tax-free. And that's in lieu of your day job. So again, depending on where you're at, there's no one simple answer, is there? No, there isn't. It's the tax thing, and that's not my specialty. But look, if you need to generate $1,500 a week in option profits, you need to generate $220 a day, or whatever that number is. That's $1,100 a week, or whatever the number be. 250 a day gets you 1,250 a week. 1,300 a day is 1,300 a week is 260, 70, $80 a day. How many of these contracts do you need to write to make enough money to stay at home and not work for anyone? Again, I'm talking to those of you who are under 45. You just want to get away from your job, and you do have some capital. You've got 50 grand in your account, and you've got equity in your house of several $100,000, and you could easily pull $100,000 in cash out of other investments, home equity, whatever. You can put together $150,000 of capital that you can now manage, liquid capital. That is more than enough to do credit spreads to generate more than $5,000 a month, that without even blinking. But coming in cold from the outside and doing that as your first ever trade, that's not going to happen. You have to understand how options work. You have to understand how they're created. You have to understand what they are. You need to understand the nuances of being in the option market. If you want to be a credit spread player, you need to know everything to know about the psychology of the markets, which means you've got to get deep into my lessons, just my lessons. You have to understand stink bids, stink offers. You have to understand open interests. You have to understand the volatility of these contracts. You have to understand the spreads of these contracts. You have to understand their trading patterns. You have to understand the stocks intimately that you're going to play on, as otherwise you're just playing blind. And playing blind is a recipe for disaster. You're never going to get anywhere doing that. There are many of you here, and have been for 5 years now, who were writing options at the beginning of your program, and you were just doing call writing, covered call writing, and then you got into poor man covered call writing and started cash secured puts, and eventually you got into credit spreads as I brought out these lessons. And you'd make money a little here, a little here, a little here, but you weren't effectively scoring the big touchdowns. You're making $200 or $300 on this trade, $300 or $400 on that trade, and at the end of the month you tally it all up and go, oh, I had 15 trades. I broke even on 2 of them. I rolled over a couple and lost a little on the rollovers, but the rest paid off, and I made $2,800 this month, and that's great. $2,800, you multiply that by 12 months, it's $35,000 or something like that. That's okay, but that's not going to get you out of your day job. That's going to get you out of credit card debt, or it's going to build your account values faster than you can make from leaving it in the hands of a professional through your 401k at work. Fair enough. But in order for you to dream about walking away from the job, and I know, you really want to generate $10,000 a month in profits writing options, so that you only have to take 5 of it out and leave 5 in to compound and grow it. So that a year from now, you're not making 10 every month, you're making 15 to 20 a month, and you're living on 5 or 6 and growing this pot out, because it's go time. If you're in your 40s, you've got to take your savings, your assets from 150,000. By the time you turn 50, you have to be at $1 million. You have to be at $1 million, because by the time you turn to 60, you got to have that $1 million go to $3 million. Because if you don't have $3 million when you're 60, 65, you're stuck with Social Security checks. And right now, in this world, I have no idea what U.S. people are going to get from Social Security in 10 or 15 or 20 years from now. I don't know what you're going to get next year. Canadians, you've got the Canadian pension plan, Government of Canada pension plan. Figure out where you're at. There are Canadians out there going, yeah, I'm going to get paid $1,600 a month, or I'm going to get paid $2,100 a month. That's all I'm going to get. How the hell am I living on $2,100 a month? Even if my wife and I don't get divorced, we stay together, and we each get $4,000 together, 4,000 Canadian dollars a month. In 10 years from now, what's our rent going to be? What's our mortgage going to be? What's our cost of living going to be? It's going to be more than 4,000 a month. We need additional income. And if our employers are not giving us some kind of a guaranteed pension payout, then we're screwed. We gotta make it on our own. We've gotta save what we're earning now towards retirement, and we're not able to do that because we're living paycheck to paycheck. How the hell are we going to be retired? Okay, so back to square one. If you want to quit your day job, you better be generating 10,000 to live on 5 and be able to bank 5 and grow on it. Call credit spread and put credit spread writing as a great way to go if you get into it, and if you get into the nuances of the option business and how the options work. But I'm telling you here, there are 242 of you watching me now, and I'm going to guess 220 of the 240 people here meet the requirements that, yes, Bruce, I am really into this. You got me, man. I want to know everything I can learn about options. This really turns me on. 20 of you are watching me going, what is he talking about? I don't understand this stuff. I thought watching 3 or 4 of his lessons would be enough, but he's talking about stuff that's just passing over my head all the time, and I'm getting frustrated. And this is because some of you, again, I'm not blaming anybody, it's just life. Some of you are not investing in yourselves. You're just not taking all the classes because you think you know enough. You think by being here all the time, it's good enough. You have got to absolutely walk away from the markets on weekends and start taking my classes one after the other. You can watch one every Saturday and one every Sunday and re-watch them during the week sometime to refresh yourself, and then next week take 2 more. You've got to consider these lessons I've put together as a kind of a stay-at-home college course that is going to take over your life from an economic point of view for the better. If you want to become an Avon person or a Tupperware salesperson, just to use a coin phrase from the past, you want to get into buying mystery boxes from Amazon returns and then turn around and sell them on eBay or whatever, guess what? You've got to spend money to get into that business, and you've got to put time and brain power into understanding how to purchase, market, repackage, and resell merchandise. This takes hours. This takes months of perfection. And there are probably thousands of people out there who thought in their brain, oh, I got a garage. I can buy one of these big boxes from Amazon for $2,500 or whatever the hell it is, and I'll get 100 different returns or whatever the number is, and I'll resell it all. And very quickly, people find out, oh my God, I bought 3 of them, 4 of them. I spent 10 grand on merchandise, like returns, and I only got 6 grand back, and I'm down 4 grand. What do I do now? I can't get the last 4 out. I only got 6 grand back. Do I put 6 grand back into buying more boxes and can I be any better at this? Will I get better at it? Can I get to the point where I break even on this stuff? Maybe I got lucky on a couple of items, but most of the items are crap, and my garage is full of garbage. I gotta get a landfill thing here because I got cardboard up here. It's a mess. I can't get my car in there anymore. You want to be doing that? Knock yourself out. If you're in Buffalo, New York, you're not doing that. You're not doing that out of your garage in Buffalo, New York, because there are months of the year you can't get in and out of your garage because of the goddamn snow. No, you can't do that. But this business, option writing, wherever you are, you can do this. And there's the incentive that a lot of my viewers get. If you're up to the 40, 45 year age area and you either are single, newly single, you're happy about being single, okay. You're approaching 50 and you and your wife have miraculously become empty nesters. You're just going, I can't believe it. We raised them, got them through school, and they're in university. Oh my God, we got the house back. Maybe now's the right time to be working from home because the home is nice and quiet. The home was not quiet 5 years ago, Bruce. I had teenagers running all over the place, and I had no time to sit in front of my computer and trade options because I kept getting distractions from, those youngsters. They're gone now. Market time is quiet time around here. This is where I can put my headphones on, listen to you, and I can just do my work and not be distracted by the outside. More power to you all. Look, I'm just a guy in front of a computer trying to guess what your situation is, but I know for a fact that if you don't know enough about the options market, I know for a fact you're going to lose too many times. There will always be winning trades you'll be able to pull off. You'll be able to do an option right on a stock, and the option expires or drops dramatically in price over its short lifetime. You buy it back for a lot less money than you sold it for, and you write another one, and way to go. But even those trades, there are those of you out there who are successfully doing these kinds of trades, and you're not maximizing your profits because you don't know a few of the little unwritten rules that are out there about option buying and selling. And until you take my lessons, you haven't got a hope in hell of understanding some of these rules. There are 18 lessons for a reason. Is it because I can't say everything in 2 hours? Yes, I can't say everything in 2 hours. I can't give you the entire option story and strategy in 18 lessons, actually. That's true too, because that's why you're here every day, picking up nuggets of information from time to time. But without the 18 lessons under your belt, you've only taken half of them, you're half the way to making it. The problem here is if you go to, the reality is this, you go to college to become a plumber or a carpenter or a doctor, whatever you want to become, and you only go the first two years of the 4-year course, I have news for you. You're not getting the license for the doctor or lawyer or plumber or HVAC person or whatever career you want. You're not getting a license. And you think you can be a handyman on the side to fix some stuff? Yeah, you could be a plumber and learn how to unplunge a toilet or two. Yeah, you'll be able to hand yourself out, blow yourself off there as a handy person. You'll make 10, 20 bucks here, 50 bucks here. Oh yeah. But are you going to make 50,000 or 250,000 a year as a specialized HVAC person or a specialized doctor, or are you going to make in the options business? You want to make 10,000 a month here writing options, and you've taken 5 of my classes? I don't guarantee success to you at all. Even if you take all 18, I'm not guaranteeing a success. If you don't pay attention to the classes and you break all the rules that I keep coming up with you, and I tell you, don't do this, don't do that, and you go ahead and go, no, Bruce, I know better. I got a hunch, Bruce. I have a hunch that this trade is going to work out for me. The hunches are deal breakers. You've got to stay in your lane. You've got to stay on the highway and stay focused to what you're supposed to be doing. There are people in Wall Street who have 10 years experience in the business before they're allowed to become traders of options for hedge funds. They've been in the trading rooms for a decade. They started off as grunts. Get me a coffee, get me a sandwich, get me this. And they just are told, watch and learn, and shut the hell up. Watch and learn and shut the hell up. And then after work, they go to the bar with the traders and they're listening and they're listening and they're listening. And they're learning and learning, and they're taking their courses, they're taking their in-house courses, and they're watching the markets. And after so many years, they graduate to being assistants to the traders, true assistants, which means they now can order somebody, get me a coffee. And then they become assistant traders, and then they become traders. This is the way it works. And there is no guarantee that grunts become traders. There is a fall off, just like in high school. Remember how many kids showed up in year 1 of high school and how many graduated high school after 4 years? Just like college, the first year of college students and the graduating class in your college, there's way fewer graduates than started year 1. Same thing in the options business. And this happens here on this channel. People come in here thinking that they're smarter than everybody else because they've been smarter all their lives at everything they've ever done. Great. But they quickly realize, as smart as they are, they quickly realize, I'm not that smart. I'm not street smart. I'm not option smart. I am not market smart. And I can't buy it. I can't buy smart. I have to experience and grow it. And some of you won't pay the price. Normal. This is the world. As I've said to you millions of times, and you've said it to me, You can't talk other people into becoming option writers. You've tried to get your mother and brother and sister and cousin and best friend. You have best friends that are dying financially. They are ruined financially, and they're sitting on 200,000 of home equity, and you're looking at them going, you know what you could do? You're just sitting there going, if I were that person, I would do this with that home equity. I would get some of that and start writing conservative option strategies. Or you know someone that has 1,000 shares of XYZ, they could be writing 10 call options like every 3 months, and they could bring in $3 in premium every 3 months, $3,000 every 3 months. I mean, is that a life changer? No, but it's $12,000 a year of cash, and they won't do it. Oh, I don't have time to do that. That's way too risky for me. You know it. Oh, I know it. Here we are. The lessons are available if you want them, but you better want to really become a winner. Sorry, it's the only other way to do it. They're on sale right now till the end of the month. Fair enough. Welcome to the party, pal. This market right now, we're down 615 points. We're opening in 22 minutes. And yesterday we went up 2,900 points. And you have friends and relatives that may have talked to you last night that you saw yesterday after the market closed. And they said to you, well, how you doing on those options? And you want to tell them what happened. And you can't tell them all the nuances. You can only give them the headlines because that's all they're good for. They have 8-second attention spans, just like you used to have. And they only want to hear 8 seconds. Did you make money or didn't you? Shut up about everything else. Don't talk to me about Uncle Bruce, and don't talk to me about Trump, and don't talk to me about that. Did you make money or not? That's all I want to know, because that's how I'm judging you. You've got 8 seconds to show me and tell me how great or bad you're doing, and then I'll judge you on that. And you're going, you don't want to know. You really don't want to know. And so some of you have sort of, I'm doing fine. We did okay. We had a little recovery day. How was your day? And you're just changing the subject as fast as you can. Welcome to the party, pal. This is the world. It's nothing wrong with you. It's okay. But kids, there are people here on this channel who are making money they've never seen before. They are making gobs of capital they never thought possible. They believed me when I said to them, you start taking these classes and you'll start writing options as you take the classes. And they did. And then I said, you'll probably make more money option writing right away than the cost of your classes. And they did. And if you take all 18 classes, you stick around with me and take every one of these lessons, you will make money constantly from this business with, certain ups and downs. And they did. But there are people here who've gone way beyond that. They've said, Uncle Bruce, the first 3 months were really interesting. The second 6 months were revealing when I started making a couple thousand a month. But the next 6 months, I was making like 6,000 a month on average. And then 6 months later, I'm looking at it, I'm doing 12 to 15,000 a month. And I'm not doing anything different. I'm doing the same trades. It's just that I'm writing 20 at a time, 15 at a time, instead of 3 to 5 at a time. And now it's 2 years, 3 years in. Uncle Bruce, I'm generating 20, 25,000 a month here. And I'm still doing the same stuff that you taught me from lesson number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm still doing the same stuff. I've got more knowledge, of course, and experience, of course, and I'm more detached from these trades. I'm not as emotional anymore because now I'm analytical and I'm surgical. I'm a sniper. But experience and knowledge and perseverance is the key. And there are people here, you may not believe me, but I'm telling you, there are people here making $500,000 a year and up, writing options as a living, and they don't tell anybody, and they keep it to themselves, and they just do what they do and keep doing what they do. That's it. There is no need to put a banner out in the front of your house. I'm an option writer. You don't need to brag about it. You're going to go out shopping to your Costco store, to your Albertsons, or wherever you're going to go. Go to your In-N-Out, go to your McDonald's, visit relatives and friends, go golfing with your pals. And you're going to be making more money than they'll ever imagine that they're ever going to make in their jobs. There are people here making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year writing options who are still best friends with best friends making 80, 120, 150,000 a year. And they believe, and rightly so, really. I mean, someone making 150,000 a year at a job is 12,500 a month. They have accomplished something with their lives. And if they have a spouse, a partner making as much or more or a little less, combined, the household income is $300,000. This is an accomplishment in America. And you are sitting there going, yeah, well, I quit my $150,000 job. Believe it or not, Bruce, I walked away from that because I'm generating triple that here doing what I'm doing with you. That's what's going on here. You can be part of that if you want, but you have to really want and be dedicated to it. And I'm going to say just one last thing. Look, put in 3 months to 6 months to try to become an option writer. Give it a real go. Don't be saying to yourself, well, I'll watch him on Mondays and Thursdays, and I'll do some odd trading, and then I'll judge him on results. No. Option writing can be done as a casual thing in a way, but successful option writers, they step up to the plate. They write contracts, and they say, I know I'm going to make money on this trade because what I just got paid for these contracts is ridiculous. Having taken his lessons and having been here with this crazy crowd of his and putting up the emojis, I know all about the fun we're having here, but I also know that when I write contracts and bring in this much money, I'm a winner. I'm absolutely going to score. The only question is, it's not how many, whether you're going to make money or not, is how much money are you making based on how many contracts you can afford to create. And there's the bottom line. And those of you who've been here 2 and 3 and 4 years, there's a reason you're still here after 3 or 4 years. It's not because you're trying to figure out how to make money in the options market. That's not the question. The reason you're still here after 3 and 4 years and you're a Gold Bagel member and you're encouraging everyone to take the lessons is you're desperately trying to tell the world, this guy and I and his followers, we are successful in this market because of this guy. And you're welcome to join the party, pal. But you gotta make the investment into the one person that can make the difference in your life, from being an also-ran to being a winner in the option market. And that is you, not me. You. It's look in the mirror, pal. That is the person who's going to take you to heights you've never seen before. Some of you forget how successful you really are. You forget to look back sometimes. I really believe in that, where you stop once in a while. I love going for a walk, and I'll stop and I'll just think to myself, where were we 5 years ago? What was I doing 10 years ago? What was I doing 30 years ago? When I was in my 20s and my 30s and my 40s and my 50s, how am I doing? That's me. I'm almost 70. I'm allowed to go back 50 years. You're 35, 45 years old. You're going to go back 10, 15 years. Some of you 15 years ago were in school. Some of you 20 years ago were just coming out of college. Some of you 15 years ago just started your careers, or you thought you were entering your career. And then you found out, no, 3 years ago, I started my second career or my third career. Welcome to the world. And then there are those of you who said, Uncle Bruce, 3 years ago, I found your channel. And in the last year, everything has blown out unbelievably for me. I am generating revenue like I never thought I would generate. This option thing, I thought it was cute and all, really cute. I was making 1,000 here, 500 here, 1,500 here. My wife and I would kind of chuckle about it and go, oh yeah, well, you made $1,500 on those contracts. Oh, way to go, honey. And then another 1,000 came in here and 1,500 there, 500 here. And then it was quiet for a week or two. And then all kinds of money came in. And you started adding it up. And one day, the two of you were sitting at the kitchen table and you pulled out the calculator and said, well, our account is now sitting at blah, blah, blah money. And your second half is going, your better half, the smart one, is saying, how much are we up on this since you started doing this? And then you mentioned it, and your partner says, well, how much do you have to pay to do this? Like, how much did it cost us for you to make this much money? Did you pay $20,000 in fees to Uncle Bruce to make this kind of money? What does he charge you to do this? And you're saying, well, actually, just taking his classes. I love buying them when they're on sale, but I took his classes, and I'm a Gold Bagel member because I wouldn't miss this party for all the money in the world. I'm paying $300 a year to be a Gold Bagel member, and we're making how much money? Well, we're up 35 grand this year. We're going to be up 70 grand this year because we're writing larger positions now. And your second half, your better half is going, why am I working? Why are we doing one full-time job and another full-time job, and then one of us has a part-time job too, and we're doing it? Why is that? Can't we afford to cut back the amount of work we have to do to survive and let this work for us? Wouldn't it be better for every hour you put into option writing? Isn't that more profitable than every hour you're working for a living? Have you done the math? And this is where a number of you have figured this one out. You've gone, I make more money per hour, Bruce, during the market hours that the markets are open. Those are my work hours. I figured out what my work hours are, and I divided by how much money I made, and I'm figuring out what my hourly profit is on option writing. Now that I'm into 5 different credit spread positions or cash secured put positions or combination of all kinds of positions, I do the general math as a whole. And after 3 or 6 months, I'm able to determine that I used to make $16 an hour being an option writer. Then I used to make $28 an hour being an option, and now I'm making $69 an hour being an option writer. I'm on my way to $150 an hour being an option writer. The numbers become ridiculous, and it gets to the point where you try to tell your better half, did you know that I make $185 an hour writing options? And your better half is going, stop with the bullshit, stop pretending, and get real. And you're going, no, I'm being real here. We made this much money in the last 3 months writing options. This translates into so much money an hour. And you've got to ask yourself, can you afford to work for someone else for the wage you're getting versus what you can get doing this? This is the opening up of the books. And this is where people go, holy crap, am I doing well? That's when you realize, geez, these lessons and this guy changed my life. But again, there are the doubters out there. They're probably typing away right now because the chat is open to anybody. There are the doubters, and there are your relatives and friends who are doubters. Your best friends, your closest confidants are doubters. It's not their fault. It's not your fault. It's just the way it is. The market is full of millions of gamblers out there. Millions, tens of millions. How many are specialized option writers, and how many of those write spreads? How many of those do cash secured puts? How many of those are full-time stay-at-home option writers? Down goes the number, baby. Down it goes. Welcome to the 1% club, 0.1% club. I don't know. Welcome to the party, pal. There are 274 people here right now. And I'm going to guess 250 of you are option writers. And of the 250 who are here as option writers, most of you are a member of this channel. Certainly most of you. But some of you are still newbies, and you've just joined the party, and or you're potential option writers. You're considering it. Well, I welcome you all, and I thank you all for coming in here. And I cannot tell you how excited I am about your prospects. I'm just stunned at the progress for some of you, and I'm pumped about how far you've come in such a short period of time as option writers, because this market is a shit show. Let's get to the point. This market is absolute mayhem. And anyone out there with a 401k and stuck in company stock, oh God, I feel sorry for people out there who are sitting on thousands of shares of company stock that they own because they're an employee, and they get stock matched to them and all that stuff, and they can't control the stock, they can't get their hands on it, they can't. I look, if you're a winner, if the stock you bought into whatever stock you bought through your employer is a public company and it's gone up and up and up over the years, great. But how many employees are out there who once had $1 million in their staff savings and that are worth now $300,000 because the management is crap, and the company, the guys running the company, the girls running the company, the decisions made above you became stupid. They got into various areas, they blew it, they let people go they shouldn't let go, the stock is underperforming, blah 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 blah. And you don't have a retirement, you don't have a serious amount of money there that you thought you were going to have. But you did find me. You found me, and you somehow found a way to get your money out of that damn account so that you can manage it yourself and self-manage it. And maybe you're just going to write options now on the stock you've been sitting on for years and years and years to generate call option revenue from covered calls. And maybe for some of you, it's like a scenario where you're saying to yourself, Uncle Bruce, I can't believe this, but the stock that I've owned for decades, years and years, I now have enough shares that when I write my 55 contracts at $3 a contract, I bring in $16,500 for 90 days. I'm offering my stock for 90 days and I'm getting 16.5 4 times a year. Jesus, this is unbelievable. My stock doesn't go up like that. This is incredible. All I'm doing, Bruce, is I'm buying more of the same stock to write more contracts. I'm just going to compound and compound and compound this. And I will turn this into a multi-million-dollar account because this is easy. Welcome to the party, pal. I'm glad you're here. I'm just a guy in front of a computer trying to help you figure out what's your course of action. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening to the rant. Thank you for tolerating the homeless Canadian. Very much appreciate you. 217 people have answered the question of the day, and I appreciate this. 217 of you. I asked you, or I said here, I'm staying in cash to write stock options because I don't trust Washington right now. 72% say, yeah, you're damn right, Bruce. I don't trust these guys. This is not working for me. They say it's working for me, but I don't see it. I think I'll stay in cash, and I'll write credit spreads, cash secured puts. I'll write positions where I can be out of the market, or if I'm into my retirement account, as you said a million times, Bruce, you might only be able to write covered calls in your accounts because of the brokerage firm you're with, the country you live in. I don't know, but at least you're bringing in additional income from the market, from the gamblers. And you know that when you write calls, you are hauling in money that is just ungodly amounts of money. You cannot believe how much premium you get for the contracts you write. Welcome to the party, pal. Richard Carlin, thank you for being the third thumbs upper today. Stock Jockey, Lee Mortimer, Cutting Edge, Andrea, the Big E, they're all here. We're coming up for 5 minutes to the opening. CKT, Howdy Bagel Familia, baby, let's go. Rice, Mark, Andre De La Torre, Henry, Jeff Glass, thank you for being here. Thank you all, Aurora. Andre De La Torre, Toki Dog, thank you. DH, Flint Creek, good morning to you. Jeff was able to claw back losses on cash secured puts yesterday, and I'm thinking I'll park the 10,000 in BIL while things hopefully settle down. B Tizzle, good morning. Thank you all for updating us on where we're at here. I am here, so the show can begin, says Alberto. Bagel Gang, welcome, Bertie. Nice to see you, buddy. Thank you. And thank you, Bertie, for everything that you do for me, and congratulations on everything good that's happening to you. Thank you for the PayPal donations that you make privately. I love you, as do any and all of you who do those. Thank you so very much. Cash, any of you guys doing super chats and super stickers, we love you. We just love you. Deep Value, thank you. Charlie, Initial, Doug, Juan, Sharon in the house, the White Fox, EU saw all the other countries lining up and making deals, and they didn't want to get left behind. Get back in line. Go, baby, go, baby, go, baby. The man is not sure if someone whispered in his ear or not. Jeff Glass, the man pretending they have a plan. There is no plan. Jeff, good morning, everybody. Let's bring home some dinero. Yes, PRI is in the house. Jeff, welcome all of you, whether you love me or not. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I miss the goat, Brian Biden. Crazy 49er, Vilbus, not your normal trader. Jeff, good morning, good morning. Big, huge green candle on the S&P futures market. Mandu number 5 is here. White Fox, so Yahoo says finance says inflation down in March. Alberto, thank you. Again, there's a classic example. Thank you, my friend. Member for 46 months. You don't know how to make money. If you don't know how to make money in this market, get the classes and get a couple of one-on-ones with this guy. There you go. Well, again, it's up to you to decide. Are you going to invest in yourself? Are you going to invest in your potential upside? Or are you just hoping it'll happen? If you believe in your boss, and you think your manager's got you under their wing, and together you're going to soar up the corporate ladder together, fabulous. And if it works out, it works out. I just want to mention, for those of you looking for that magical solution, it's a one-off. It's a 1 in 100 scenario. Maybe it's a 1 in 1,000. I don't know. Yes, there are success stories out there where people joined a company and they thrive together for decades. But there are also a billion stories in the naked city where hardworking people got let go in the middle of their careers with virtually nothing because they were just being rented by the month. You're being rented. You're available on a monthly basis with your employer until your employer doesn't want you anymore. That is the reality of the working world, especially in North America. And are you comfortable with that? Are you comfortable signing a 30-year mortgage commitment, being a monthly employee? Because that's it. If you're self-employed, you fire yourself. You're the boss. You decide your working hours and you decide your life going forward. For some of you, you can't do it. I can't do that, Bruce. I need the stability of a check. I get it. I get it. But then I talked to 294 people here who have their own ideas. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, White Fox, for that info on the inflation rate. Thank you, Stephen Butler, for being here. Thank you for everyone in this room who's been here. Katie, I voted yes on the poll, even though we know I'm just a scaredy cat lurker. Good morning, everybody. Hang out here a while. You won't be so scared anymore. JD, 2.5 years, Uncle Bruce. I smell impeachment once the Congress flips. Let's see what else is going on here. Very disturbing and massive insider trading bets yesterday that will never be investigated in our current banana republic. Welcome all to the program. Trying to catch up to all of you here because I'm way behind you. Thank you all for joining me and hanging out. I cannot appreciate you more. You have no idea. Thank you. Jen and I we just are so proud of you guys. So grateful. Larry, good morning, all everybody. I'm number 89. Katie is saying hello. White Fox. I took a break, came back yesterday to say hi. Welcome all. What else? Thank you all for just everything. I cannot read all of these comments. Many are between each other. It's fantastic. Thank you all. Alberto, here we are. Hey, pal. Thank you, man. Facts, Bagel Gang, get the classes. This guy's not kidding. Alberto is not making $1,000 a month in the option market. Believe me, he doesn't make donations like this because he makes a couple of dollars. Join the party, pal. And get on with it. Join some of these viewers here who are scoring money they never thought possible from the stock market. Thank you all. Thank you all. Okay, licking ice cream, baby. Let's go. Oh, yeah. I think we're open. Something tells me that my man has hit the bells, if I'm not mistaken. There they are. Larry, thank you for hitting the bells. GameStop trying to get back through 25. Let's see how the markets want to open today. Welcome to the party, everybody. It's a pleasure to welcome you in. We're still down on the session, yes, but the question is it just a half-hour sell-off and then we have a March higher? with a little more of a stable scenario? That's our first question of the day, maybe our second question of the day. We'll see how this plays out. 650 loss on the Dow, 127 on S&P, NASDAQ down 508. What else is going on? The VIX is up 289, only at 3651. This is a far cry from the 50s. So, okay, let's see if that backs up a little more. Oil down 211 at $60.24 a barrel in America. Thank you all for joining me this morning. We're going to go comments, member-only comments now. Thank you for being a member of this channel. All of you who are here, if you've subscribed to my channel, you're getting at least the alerts every time I post a new video. But if you become a member, even a chillin' member, you can now comment during trading hours here. If you're a Gold Bagel member, you join the penthouse of this channel, which means you're committing $25 a month to this channel through YouTube. You will be joining me every day I'm live, half an hour before I go live for your own update show. And you'll join me Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock Eastern Primetime Live, just Gold Bagel members, which we did last night. And that right there, that is 6 additional shows a week, additional, just for you. And you'll comment during live trading when I'm on the air as well. So I do the best I can to give you that. And again, I thank you all. If also you'd like to become part of the Discord chat group, that is available to you as well. As if you're a Gold Bagel member, send me an email and just say, hey, Uncle Bruce, I'm a Gold Bagel member. My handle is this. This is my handle. I'd like to become part of the Discord group. I will send you a link so that you can hang out with the other Discorders. And now you can talk options 24/7 if you like, or be a fly in the wall and just listen in on what the Discorders are talking about, which again are my viewers. These are my basically my Gold Bagel members. Become a Gold Bagel member, join the family, and let's see if we can help you get just a little bit richer. Is that somehow possible? Let's see if we can make that work out. Thank you again all for your support. I can never overemphasize this. 142 thumbs ups. Thank you for those. 303 people watching now. Welcome to the party, pal. 237 people have answered my question of the day. 70% of you do not trust Washington right now and are staying in cash. Smart answer, I think. I think that's a very smart answer. Thank you to a couple of people here who have been busy this morning. PayPal donations have been coming in. Thank you, Juan. Again, I see that message. I'm going to have to answer that one privately. Thank you, Juan, for a PayPal donation. I appreciate it. And thank you, Bertie, for your donation. He speaks the truth. My life has changed since graduating from the Uncle Bruce PhD classes. Thank you, buddy. And thank you to Victor. I will get you some classes. You've just acquired 4 classes on the sale. I will get you the link. Send me a private email, Victor, as well, and just as a confirmation with your class number requests, and we'll get you set up. Fantastic. Thank you all for all of your support, whether you're grabbing classes, just saying hi, becoming members of the channel, however you're supporting this channel, subscribing, everything, thumbs ups, you name it. We love you. Welcome all to the party, everybody. Okay, Rocket Lab down 72, SoFi down 56, GameStop down 27. We'll see how we open up here or how we trade in the first hour. Smart Rent down 11 cents, Apple down 647, Tesla down 1174, Microsoft down 889, Alphabet down 131, Amazon off 558, Nvidia down 480. Meta down $16, Supermicro down 182, ASTS down only 13 cents, AI down 99, Palantir down 275, MicroStrategy down 1167, Unity down 91, Goldman Sachs down $20. We got Cisco off 43 cents, Netflix down 596, Pfizer down 53. The spiders are down 1650, Qs are down 1179 to start the morning. ARC Innovations down 180. IBM down only 330 now, coming back a bit. Uber down 48 cents. HPQ down 91 cents. Home Depot down 471. Vanik Semiconductor ETF, that's the SMH, down 10.12. Adobe down 420, and Enphase down 309. There's where we are at the moment. Slight losses when you consider what the market did yesterday afternoon. We saw one hell of a bunch of money come into this market. Now the question is, where does the market stay, and where will markets adjust into? GameStop now 25.11. We couldn't break 25 in the morning. We couldn't get over 25. We're back up over 25 this morning. We're still down 33 cents, but you know what? We can handle that. We can handle it. Thank you all. Let's see here. The Dow down 828, SoFi down 59, ASTS down 16, Rocket Lab down 46, GameStop down 33, MSTR down 11, and AI down 109. That is the status in 7 minutes so far this morning. Thank you, everybody. Beach Boy, every word Alberto said. We disagree on lemon pie, but not. You, Bruce, Uncle Bruce teachings, get the classes, get the one-on-ones, practice writing options. It's up to you if you want to change your future for the better. There it is. These two guys, Alberto and Beach Boy, are telling you. Vash in the house is a new member. Welcome, Vash, to the program. This name sounds familiar to me for some reason. I suspect I've seen this before, but welcome, Gold Bagel member Vash. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for joining in, and thank you all of you for participating in the channel today in one way or another. Welcome all. We try to find ways to help you get richer. 147 thumbs ups and counting. Fantastic, everybody. Thank you and welcome to the show. Option Writers Unite. Let's go over here. Thank you again, all of you, for joining in today. Let's see what's going on here. Just double checking here. Savage of Wall Street. Looks like the orange so-and-so has no balls and caved in. Nobody likes a failed convicted wannabe businessman. Seriously, we tried to tell them. Now their 401ks burn and they have no Medicaid or EBT. Anyway, there you go. What else? Lair, there's the bells. Thanks, Lair. Savage Wall Street. BBAI cash kid puts printed yesterday. Bought back yesterday. I will write more today for June. Brian, I'm number 136, baby. Thank you. Flint Creek, let's go, Bruce. Alberto, Katie, many ways to skin the cat. I strangle via cash, call credit spreads. No, I strangle via cash secured puts and cover calls. Wheeling in is the best return so far. Get the classes when you can. There you go. The man says to Alberto, I love the wheel. It just never stops turning. Savage of Wall Street grabbed SOXS yesterday at 20-ish. And there it goes, 23 already. Thank you. May I have yet another? DH is saying, neat. There you go. Alberto, the man, agreed with you. The Savage of Wall Street, I love volatility. The man, good luck, Katie. Jeff Glass is going with the emojis. Vash is the new member. Thank you, Brian. ASTS is green. Z Estate checking in with thumbs up. One. Neat. Vash. Neat. Jeff, after the euphoria of yesterday wears off, everyone will realize the pause still leaves us with a disastrous 10% across the board tariffs. And then Beach Boy, every word he says is correct. Thank you, Beach Boy, for this message. Savage of Wall Street, it was time for cover calls yesterday. I hope you kids took advantage of those 20 to 30% pops and wrote some covered calls. If so, you're smiling ear to ear today. Touchgrass, Good Friday next week, 4-day week. Bruce, closed on Friday next week. There's a new ETF coming for double long exposure on GameStop. Ticker will be GMEU, I think. Oh, my goodness. Jeff Glass bought back all of my cash secured puts that had gotten sketchy after Liberation Day. Made profit on most, but took a loss on one that was in big trouble. I wrote cover calls, and I'm sitting on cash. Savage of Wall Street. I will have to say for us option writers, it is a good Friday every Friday. There you go, Hostergaard. I did not buy back my Jan 26-15 strike puts on SoFi yet. A little low on the opening, but maybe it's going to head upwards. Maybe see where the market wants to go. Brian B. Tizzle, what are your thoughts on this? An ETF with more GameStop, I assume another way to short GameStop, or maybe more volatility on the upside. I don't know. It's a long ETF though. So, Katie, I'm a new member of this man's channel. Katie, thank you. Welcome to the chillin' level. Appreciate that. Charlie, welcome Katie to the show. Jeff Glass, the only cash ticket puts I didn't buy back are my $30 Rocket Labs for Jan 26 that are still in the red. I have a feeling I'll be rolling those out to Jan 27 eventually. Well, Rocket Lab is only down 68 cents. $2 or $3 run from here wouldn't be much, and that will quickly make your puts look a lot better. So just sit tight. Just sit tight on the cash. Charlie C says, welcome, Vash. Vash, I've been around, got my gold bagel to prove it too. Glad to be remembered. Rock and roll, buddy. Beach Boy Vash, welcome back. Austin, the 8-second attention span is a real killer of profits. I just know before this channel and the classes, a day like yesterday, I would do stupid things. I got freaked out about my spreads yesterday. But this morning, I'm all good, and I'm folding my arms just like Bruce told me to. There you go. Rocketeer Jeff could not agree more. The market seems not to realize that there are still 10% tariffs. Meanwhile, the decay keeps putting money into my account. B. Tizzle, I think it means more volatility. Charlie C2, been a member of this man's channel for 10 months, lurked for a couple of years before I decided to invest in membership and Uncle Bruce's classes. They are worth every penny. I kick myself for not starting sooner. There you go. I hear this a lot. Henry, hey, something puts high tariffs on China, but brands make from China. I don't know what this means, Henry T. Not quite sure what that means. I'm just a guy trying to read the comments. Welcome all to the show. Welcome all to the program. We're down 917 at the moment, 13 minutes into the day. We're down 917, make it 928 on the Dow. We're down 148 on the S&P. We're down 536 on NASDAQ. The VIX is up 213. Oil down 265. Is it time this morning to write cash secured puts? Has this market backed off? Is it now time to take a look at buying up some covered calls that have been written lately? Have some of these shares eased off for you? Are some of your call credit spreads coming in for you as the time keeps going by and the markets are a bit lower? You all decide your positions here as we move along, one step at a time. And Brian, delicious Hector, C3 AI options are weak. Tight spreads are disappearing. Very interesting there, Hector, to say the least. Giddy up, everybody. Nice to have you here. And thanks again for joining the party here. What a couple of weeks we've had. We're looking now on the question of the day. 254 people have answered the question of the day. Thank you very much. Thank you for letting us know how long you've been a member, what kind of a member you are. I appreciate that. We have 150 thumbs ups and counting. Love to get 200 a day. We have 313 people watching right now from around the world. Welcome option writers to the show. What kind of trades should you be doing this morning? Might be the question, the way this market is right now. What should you do on some of these stocks? SoFi at 1069. I'd be looking at $10 cash secured puts that expire May, June, September, January 26. Take the biggest premium you can get on 10s. Put in stink offers and see if you get lucky on cash secured puts. These cost you $1,000. Some of them might give you $1.50 to $2, 15 to 20% return in a short period of time. I like the idea of a $10 cash secured put. I don't mind $12 cash secured puts if you're going out to January 26. Yeah, baby, give me some dough. ASTS at 23.85. The question is, do you want to write put credit spreads or call credit spreads, or do you just write cash secured puts? Write $20 to $25 cash secured puts all the way to January 26 and take in big money. Might not be a bad idea. Rocket Lab at 1988. Look, $20 cash secured puts, $25 cash secured puts till January 26. Knock yourself out. Put spreads in the 15 levels, 15, 16, 17, 14 level. Call credit spreads 25 to 30. If there's premiums, take a look at it and enjoy. Let's take a look at some others. What about AI at $20 a share? Hey, $20 cash secured puts, 22s, 25s. Easy money, in my opinion. The call credit spreads on AIs, maybe 25s to 30s. Put credit spreads, 15s to 17s, just, 10, 15% behind, 10, 15% ahead. Super micro, 34.85 down 186. Under 30 for put credit spreads, definitely under 30, or over 40, maybe upwards of 40. But cash secured puts might be the way to really go on this one. The volatility and the premiums might be that juicy. Can you write out of the money 30s on SMCI? It's 34.85 a share. If you write 30s and get $5-6 for those for say January 26, you're on the hook for a $24 buyback. Would you be okay paying $24 for SMCI? $10 below what we're trading at. Not too bad. Thank you all for being here. Zeta State says we can all afford Vancouver real estate if you take the classes. There you go. Luke, SoFi go up. My cash puts are happy. SoFi go down. Now my covered calls are happy. Too bad it can't go both directions at the same time. I like this game, says Luke. I win either way. Brian, Rocket Lab, I have June 2025's $26 cash secured puts. I got $8.49 for those. Going for 710 right now, so I am up on this trade. I was thinking about buying this back and maybe doing some SoFi cash secured puts. What are your thoughts? Rocket Lab is just way in the money. Rocket Lab here is just not giving up a lot of ground. Down 44 cents. I would just sit tight. You're back to 2015 on the stock. We could be $22 this afternoon, tomorrow. By next week, $24, $25. You're going to be looking at contracts that are just going to go down dollars and dollars. I would ride this one. I'd ride this one because you've got a June contract. This sucker is losing time dramatically here. Next week's a 4-day week. Next Friday, this thing is going to be down again. That is going into the middle, in the second half of April now. Let this thing go. Our Savage of Wall Street, to all newbies watching, a note, a little memo to all the noobs. Can all these people on this channel be wrong? Why are all these people watching this old man for years? Could it be he's actually any good? The answer is yes. Buy the classes. There's your memo of the day from Savage. Thank you, Savage, for saying it. It's very succinct. I love that. Brian, GameStop wants to go up, Bruce, 25.33. It's 25.41. GameStop is green right now. The Dow's down 750. GameStop is green. Karen, 154. Corinne, thank you, Corinne. Charlie, stake bid set on my Palantir covered call. Palantir, it's at 89.97, down 204. Stink bid said on my cover. Been writing weekly or bi-weekly calls. I think I'm going to go out 3 months and pull in a couple of $3 or $4 per contract and dare the shares to go at ATH after the hours. Well, there you go. Giddy up. Well done. Savage Wall Street. I sold $20 June cash secured puts when AI was at $17. AI right now is trading at, what's it at? 2021. I sold $20 contracts when it was 17, and I'm not buying back my cash secured puts. I got a big chunk, and I'm giving him nothing. I am praying for this to get assigned and have 500 new and shiny shares, all for me. Well, he's willing to pay a $20 $20 for the stock, but he got a premium on it. There you go, Brian. Thanks, Uncle Bruce, for the thoughts. Calm heads prevail. Savage of Wall Street. All those January 2026. SMCI $40 covered calls I sold yesterday for $10. Well, those puppies are now $8. I'm crossing my arms. SMCI 34.84. Giddy up, buddy. Nicely done. Jeff Glass, I just have no confidence in the markets now. I feel like anything I do is gambling. Well, it depends on the kind of options you're going to write. Hey, Brian, GameStop IV back down to 71. IVs are dropping everywhere, so premiums aren't as juicy. No, GameStop right now, 25.50 up a dime. The Dow is off 713 points. SoFi is down 63 at 10.76. ASTS is down 24 cents. Rocket Lab at 2004, down 56. GameStop up 6. MSTR down 12. AI down 101. SFCI down $2. Nvidia is only down 561. Tesla down 13. Qs are down 12. Spiders are down 17. Palantir at 89.83, down 218. Costco up $20 this morning. Coinbase down 594. Google down 181. Apple down 487. Broadcom down 960. Microsoft down 803. Intel Corp down 116. Netflix down 1250. Facebook Meta down 1951. Eli Lilly down $29. Amazon is off 567. Uber down 26. Adobe down 7. Is this the low for everything? Costco down 40. AMD down 646. Unity down 91. Enphase down $4. Spires are off 50 cents. Moderna down $2. Pfizer off 59. IBM down 373. HPQ down $1. $1.04. No, down $1. HD Home Depot down 537. SMH Vanik Semiconductors down 1080. Goldman down 2130. Boeing down 569. Target down 475. JP Morgan down 490. Walmart is up $1.50. Disney down 392. American Airlines down 96 cents. DraftKings down 114. AMC down 3 cents. And Royal Caribbean down 13.59 so far this morning. Welcome all to the show. We're down 760 to 800 on the Dow. We're fluctuating right now all around it. Welcome all. Brian is wondering what to do. Everyone is wondering what to do. I say write contracts for money, out of the money contracts if you can. Take credit spreads well out of the market. Put credit spreads well out of the market. Sit tight, fold your arms, enjoy the 4-day week next week. Shrinkage is being accelerated next week. Giddy up. Look for contracts you can write that expire next Thursday. Look for contracts that expire a week from next Friday. They have 1 day missing in their trading pattern, so there's going to be shrinkage here. Interesting stuff. We're down 1.9% on the Dow, 2.3% on S&P, and 2.89% on NASDAQ. But we did gain 13% on NASDAQ yesterday, so again, the first hour, we got to let sellers sell. Just anybody who wants out is going to get out. And then I think the nibbling begins. And we may find a turnaround Thursday here happening in increments. But let's see what gives, everybody. Jeff Glass, at the moment, someone can do something dumb and send things spiraling down. We'll fold my arms with cover calls for now and pick my spots for deploying cash secured puts. Touch grass, credit spreads, 15 to 30. Delta, 2 to 7 days out is my jam, baby. Doug, I wrote $13 cash secured puts on SoFi for June 25 expiry. They gave me $2.86. Easy money. There you go. Well, you're taking $13 contracts, bringing in $2.86. You're willing to pay $10.14 for the stock. And Doug is saying, hey, the end of this month, the 29th of April, they come out with their first quarter financials. I'm willing to bet you that SoFi will be higher than where it's at now. Anything around $13 a share, these contracts are worthless. They're worth zero. They die in June, folks. They're going to lose time very quickly. Very interesting trade, but let's go on. Doug, Jeff Glass, I feel like the problem is that things are so unstable. It's impossible to determine the way out of the money it is. Well, again, rollovers are your specialty, are your solution to options going the wrong direction. And there's nothing wrong with the market going up and having to roll covered calls higher. Nothing wrong with that at all. And you can always do rolls on credit spreads if you're in the right contracts with the right stock, with the right liquidity. That's the name of the game. Hey, Rocket Lab earnings coming out May 8th, apparently. Touchgrass mitigate with shorter dates. That's right, date to expiries. Exactly. Down 800 on the Dow. S&P now down 135, NASDAQ 534. Giddy up all. Stocks moving the most today: Nvidia, Apple, Tesla, Ford, Microsoft, US Steel, CarMax, and others. Yes, sir. Oil still down 279. We're back to 59.56. That recovery in oil to 62 yesterday is not holding. We go back down into the 50s, and that's got the patch wondering, how low are these prices going on oil? Yesterday's moves by the president to delay tariffs and keep some in place and keep going after China is not a panacea that everything goes straight up from here. It just doesn't go down as badly or as quickly. There will be rollover and rotation here. There could well be some bargain hunting coming in today. We'll see tomorrow. But you believe in SoFi? Then believe in SoFi. Believe in Rocket Lab. Believe in GameStop. Hey, these companies have no debt. They've got cash on hand. They're growing their earnings dramatically. They're all doing the right thing. The tariffs on SoFi? There are no tariffs on SoFi to worry about. Tariffs to worry about for Rocket Lab? I don't think so. 6-7 billion in back orders for launches of satellites. No problem with tariffs. Giddy up, everybody. 6.2 billion cash on hand at GameStop. I'm not worried about their stores making or losing money whatsoever. I'm not worried whatsoever. Giddy up, but that's just me. I'm just an old guy with my opinion on those stocks. And then there's me, the guider, the guide, your guidance counselor, your high school teacher on how to write stock options and how to take advantage of this market and grab premiums. Some other stocks. Let's talk about some other stocks. What should you do on Nvidia? We're at 108.37. What should you do on Nvidia right now? Should you write put credit spreads? Should you write call credit spreads? Can you afford to write cash secured puts? If you've got $8,000 lying around, you could write a cash secured put on Nvidia, where you are willing to say to the market, I will buy Nvidia from you at $80 a share. No problem at all. I would be happy to buy Nvidia at $80 a share. Of course, it's trading right now at 108.05. It's quite a bit out of the money to offer to do this, but if you were to write a contract on Nvidia that's expiring, say, January 26, which is 7 months from now, and you were willing to say to the market, hey, I'll buy Nvidia at $80 a share, you would be paid right now about $620 in cash for an $8,000 commitment. Fair enough. If you wanted to say, I'll pay 85, I'll even pay 85 for this $107 stock, you will get $760 for that contract. $8,500 you put up, you get $760 back. If you're willing to buy the stock at 90 for January 2026, you're going to get $925 or so, $935. That's 10% on Nvidia for the 7-month time frame or so, and that's assuming a couple of things. One, you're writing the put contract right now, and you're going to wait until the end of the run to close this out. I'm going to say this. If you write a $90 Nvidia now, I'm going to write this down so I don't forget. $90 Nvidia January put, Jan 26 put, you're going to get $9, about 10%. Take a look going forward. Here's a little option class for you. You want to take a look going forward to say something like a September Nvidia $90 put. What's it going for? It's going for $675 or so. $675 for a September 25 put. So here's something to think about. The difference in time between September and January is 3.5 months. Your contract is going to drop to $675 in the next 3 months if you do nothing. So the $90 contract will drop to $675 in 3 months from now, because that's what the Septembers are going for. You want to take a look at June contracts, 3 more months closer in. Let's see if we can get this to work. June contracts. Let's see if it gives this to us. You want to show me that? Here we go. June 20th, third Friday in June, for $90 puts on Nvidia. You want to trade that? You want to buy back your January's? $4.30. Okay, so June, $4.30. Looking at basically a 50% drop in price in this contract over the next about 4 months or so, 5 months or so. And that is how this can be done. You can take a look at this contract of 90s to say, okay, world, here's I got $9 grand. I'm willing to buy Nvidia at $90. Give me $9 up front. which means you're actually willing to pay $81 for Nvidia because you're paying 90 less than 9 they gave you. You're on the hook at 81. But if you're thinking, I'm going to buy this put back for less money. In the meantime, I'm sitting on my $9,000 in cash. I'm sitting on the 900 in cash I just got. I've got almost 10 grand here. I'm going to earn daily interest on my money, depending on the brokerage firm I'm using. You might buy a BIL ETF, or you might buy the SPHY ETF with corporate bonds to increase your interest payments. But in any event, you've got 10 grand cash in your account, and you're folding your arms and saying, I'll buy Nvidia back at 90 bucks a share, 81 net to me. It's sitting at 107, 108 right now. I'm willing to gamble that I have to pay $81 for this stock. Of course, if I do get it, if it comes down here and it breaks the 90 level and I get exercised, I will own Nvidia now at 81, which of course allows me to write now a covered call on that stock. I might write a $90 covered call for January 26th, probably haul in $7, $8 on that, which reduces my cost to $74. This is what option writers, this is where they make their money. They end up with a scenario where, yeah, I got exercised. I turned around and wrote calls, and my cost on the stock that I was forced to buy at a discount is now at a larger discount. I'm offering it to the world at 90 now. Take me out at 90. I keep that $7 I just brought in. I just sold this $81 stock for $97. I make money. Stock goes up, stock goes down. I make money, always make money. This is how option writers make money all the time. You've got to decide you want to be part of this family or not. I'm saying to you, you don't have to own Nvidia right now to make money on Nvidia. Just write a cash secured put. A 90 for January 26 is a very conservative contract to write. If you want to go further or a little closer to the money and bring in a larger premium, you can certainly write 100s if you're so inclined to do so. If you do write a 100, you'll get more. You'll receive $1,300 odd for a $10,000 contract. You put up 10 grand instead of 9 grand, and you'll get back $1,300 instead of $1,000 or $900. So there's a 13% return on your 100,000 up front. You buy this back for $5 or $6 3-4 months from now. Fair enough. Now you're going to write a $100 January, March contract for 2026. You want to get even bolder? You're going to write a 105, which is only $3 away from the market, but the market will give you $1,530 on a $10,500 commitment. That is close to 15%. And if you do write a 108, which is at the money for January, they will pay you almost $1,700 for a $10,800 contract. So you put up $10,800 and get $1,700 right now, and you could be exercised at 108. Take away the $1,700 though that you've got, you're committing to buy the stock at $91 a share. There you go. And this is how you can make money in the market. If you do own Nvidia right now, it's in your RRSP, it's in your IRA, it's in your 401k, you've got 200 shares, you got 100, you got 300, you got 500 shares, however many you have, you can write a contract for every 100 shares you have, a call contract. You can go ahead and write a call contract. You want to write a January 26 expiry call option on Nvidia. You can write a $110 call, which is just a couple of dollars ahead of the price. You'll get paid $20 right now, and you're possibly being bought out at 110, plus you keep the 20. That's $130. If you want to write a 120 call so that you get a little more than 110, you get 120 instead of 110, you'll get $16 up front, which means you're selling for $136. Literally, if you watch Parks and Rec and you watch that show, literally, you could right now buy Nvidia at $108 inside your retirement account. You're sitting on nothing but cash. Buy the stock at $108 a share, and you could write a 120 call against it, expiring January 26, and bring in $1,600. $16 a share against your 108 purchase. You've just reduced your price to buy the stock down to $92. There you go. That's your cost. Now, if you can buy 1,000 shares of Nvidia and write 10 calls on Nvidia, you will bring in $16,000 or so. And you can buy another 100 shares. And you could write another contract on those 100 shares, bringing you another $1,600. There you go. Now you have 1,100 shares, courtesy of the option gamblers. They just let you buy 100 for nothing. You still have some leftover cash left over. And now you fold your arms and say, okay, go up or go down. I don't care. You go up, great. Go to 115 a share. I'm a happy camper. My contract is a 120. Come and get me, man. Goes to 125 a share. You're going, great. I'm up $17 a share from what I paid for this stuff. I got the $16 up front. Thank you very much. Buy me out at 120. That's a 136 sell. Stock's at 125. Take me out at 136 combined. I'm a happy camper. I'll buy them back at 125, and I'll write now 135s till January of next year or February or March, and I'll bet you'll bring in 16 again. Getting richer and getting closer to retirement. Look, I just want to help you get out of your job, okay? I want you to retire early and retire more comfortably. If you have enough capital to buy $300,000 of Nvidia and you can immediately bring in a 15% return on your money on 300 grand, you're bringing in $45,000 cash right now into your account. And if you just leave it there, just let it sit there and buy an ETF with it that pays interest, monthly interest on a daily calculated basis, you could buy the SPHY ETF while you're sitting on that credit, and it's annually paying you 8% a year. It's 8% annual interest, almost 0.7% on your money per month that's being paid to you, just sitting on that cash balance while you're waiting for January 26 or between now and January 26 to roll that contract. In other words, it slips in price perhaps to $4 or $5. You buy it back and write a new contract for June 26, bring in another $17, $18. You just added $12 more per share into your account. Or in this case, maybe you'd add another 25, 30,000 in cash. Now you're sitting on 75,000 in cash. Premium cash. Do you want to buy stock with it? Write more contracts on the stock you just bought, or collect daily interest on it. Your account isn't worth 300,000 anymore; it's worth 375, and it isn't a year. It's 6 months from now. Hello, is that a return you can live with in your retirement? Are you getting that now from your advisors? Figure it out. If you want to learn how to do this, take the classes, join the party, and get on with it. Only you can make this happen. I'll guide you as much as I can. I will have a one-on-one session with you to talk about this strategy with your account. You tell me what you got, where you got it, what it's doing, where you're at, and we'll figure out, do this, do that, do this, and now you can go ahead and write these contracts on these positions. And this should bring you in this much, this much, this much, this much. First thing Monday morning, here you go. And now you've just grabbed a bunch of cash from the gamblers, and it's in your account where it belongs. And now you're going, okay, Uncle Bruce, I like folding my arms, watching the market with a boatload of money in my account. This is a very comfortable position to be in when I've got the money. I like this game. Just trying to get you to the promised land sooner. If you're 54 years old and you've got 400,000 in your retirement account, congratulations, but you have a problem on your hands. You're supposed to be sitting on $2 million in a decade from now. I don't know how you're getting there at 3% a year gains. I don't know how that's going to happen. You're going to make $12,000 this year. Inflation alone is eating you alive. You got to get going. Welcome to the party, Paul. Thank you for joining me, guys. I love it. Jen, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm alive. I'm well.
Markets are red.
Yes, they are, but we don't mind. We don't love it, but we are dealing with it. Bertie is in the house. Bertie has been busy. He made a donation to us on PayPal, and then he made a super chat donation today.
I see your nephew.
We've had another donation come in on PayPal today from who was that? It was Juan. Juan made a donation to us today. Victor grabbed 4 classes today, so
Juan is making money.
we'll take care of him. Yes, I think some folks here are making money. And yeah, I've been busy with my gang here trying to inspire them and tell the newbies just what it's all about. And then there are my regulars who are telling the newbies, hey, get it together, take his classes and do his one-on-ones. Thank you all for the thumbs ups. We're well over 150 now, I think. Hang on, let's double check the thumbs up meter as it reloads. 160 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. And also thanks for answering the poll question of the day. 277 of you have come in with an answer. 71% of you say, I'm staying in cash to write stock options because I don't trust Washington right now. 71% say yes. Only 29% are saying no to that. Very interesting. Thank you all for joining us. We are watching our favorites here. We're keeping an eye on what to do, what our next trade should be, and we're going over some possibilities. Oh my goodness, no kidding. GameStop was green a few moments ago. We're down 11 cents. This is a really good performance considering how this market is reacting out there. Nvidia is 107 or so. A very interesting day. It's down 676. If you're a long-term believer in Nvidia, today is a great day to pick up stock and write call options. There's nothing wrong with taking some money off the table from Nvidia. All kinds of possibilities. If you believe in Nvidia but don't want to own the stock, but you do believe in the upside of this company, this is a great day to write cash secured puts because the stock is down almost $7 a share and some of these premiums have built up a little bit. Thank you very much, we say. On the other hand, if you do have 5 or 10 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand, you can't afford to buy 100 Nvidia to even think about writing a contract. But you've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, $15,000 lying around and you want to make it work for you on options for Nvidia. You can write call credit spreads on Nvidia. You can write 130s to 140s, somewhere up there, $2 spread, $5 spread, whatever you like. And you can write a bunch of these contracts that expire maybe next Friday or the Friday after and bring in some premiums here to sit back and say, okay, Uncle Bruce, I'm writing calls on Nvidia that have no chance of being worth anything when they expire because they're just too far ahead of the market right now. I am being really conservative and I am staying well ahead of the campfire. I don't want any sparks hitting me. So I put up 10 grand and I've written $10 spreads, or I've written $25 spreads, or I've written, $51 spread. I mean, whatever combination works with your 5 or 10 or 20 grand that you've got. But Bruce, I figured it out one way. All I'm doing is looking at the percentage return on my investment. I'm scouring the option chain on Nvidia to see if I can find an Nvidia, a couple of call contracts on Nvidia where I can pull in 10 to 12% premiums, let's just say, for example, on a short-term call credit spread trade. And if my 10 grand can bring me $1,000 in less than a month, even if I write 6-week out contracts, I know that in 2 weeks or so, I'm going to shut them down. I'm only into this thing for part of the time because I'm looking for the 2-week shrinkage, 3-week shrinkage that takes place from week 6 to week 2, somewhere in there. I'm going to grab shrinkage, even if the stock doesn't move. If the stock does fluctuate and it dips a little from here, these calls will drop even faster. And there we go. I'll grab the most of this credit spread on a dip and say, thank you, sir. Let's take $800 of the $1,000 in a week. Park that. And now I'm looking for the next credit spread 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks out. Which one is it? And I will get ready to write. If you can't find the credit spread today, you can't find it. It's not available. You just don't see the premium that makes you feel good about a trade. Don't do it today. Wait till tomorrow. Sit on your money overnight. There is no law saying you must have a credit spread on the go at all times. There is no rule that says that. You are a sniper. You come and go when you please, when it suits you. When the targets are there, you shoot. Otherwise, you hold your fire and wait. It's the name of the game. The patient sniper is the successful sniper, I think. Giddy up, everybody. Thank you for joining in with us this morning. This is good stuff. I'm excited for you guys. Thank you all.
What kind of bagel do you want?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, what kind of a bagel? I was thinking about that. I thought maybe ham and cheese,
Okay.
and with a real good smattering of that.
Just ham and cheese.
Yeah.
You want cheddar?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that mustard.
Yeah.
A real good bunch of that on both sides of the bagel.
That's
Get a kick going today. Oh, look what Auntie Jen put together here. 2 forks and a bunch of melon. This is like being on the Queen Mary cruise ship, the Queen Mary 2. Every morning, Jen and I would work our way to the buffet, the breakfast buffet, and they would have chunks of lemon and cantaloupe and watermelon and pineapple, and oh my God. Lovely. Lovely. Honestly. Lovely. That's very nice. Anyway, there you go. Thank you all to the show. Mr. Jonathan Ray, good morning, Bagel Gang. Hey, Uncle Bruce, how much does tax deadline coming up account for sell-off happening? Not much all overall. Cindy B, I wrote 6 call credit spreads yesterday on Nvidia, and I'm up almost 50% right now. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Crazy 49er Rocket Lab Jan 16 $27 puts for an $11 premium. Basically, I'll buy this stock for $16. Give me the money. Give me the Rocket Lab put credit spread cash. No kidding. Stock is sitting at 20.04. Giddy up. Jeff Glass, GameStop, trying to make it making a run here. Everything else I watch is heading south right now. Savage of Wall Street. Monday and Tuesday was the day for $90 puts on Nvidia. I even wrote 100s. Bought them back yesterday. Now I'd wait for a very red day. Patience, kids. Remember, nothing has changed. We still have PPI. Jeff Glass, getting tempted to start pulling in stink offers to buy back the cover calls I wrote yesterday. Jeff, 10 a.m. reversal. Do we keep dropping? We're now at 10:19 Eastern. We're down 938 on the Dow, 157 on S&P, 616 on NASDAQ. NASDAQ's down 3.6%, which is a deterioration from an hour ago. We're down 2.9% on S&P and 2.3 on the Dow. So we are at the lows of the day, kind of. The question is, are we going off of
Bagel power.
Bagel power. Are we on a cliff, or is bagel power going to make the difference? The low on the Dow is 39,547. We're at 39,667. So this is just around the low. Could we have a 500-point run up? Anytime. Absolutely. Savage Wall Street. Uncle Bruce, I took an emergency call on Tuesday to help someone at work, and during the event, I met a lady that has over 30,000 Nvidia shares. I told her about cover calls, and she sold some yesterday. She's texting me now. She's the nicest lady. She's from Japan, and we started talking about tariffs. She mentioned that her and her brother and mom all trade and just hold. Her average on Nvidia is $13. What the face? Brian, I have January $120 cover calls on Nvidia. I got $15.40. Cost basis $115. Brian, holy crapola, $13 cost basis. Oh my God, Larry. Good morning, Auntie Jen. Richard. Good morning. Touchgrass, $13 DCA on Nvidia is nuts. Savage, yeah, man, a $13 average. I asked if she sold any, and she was sad because she wished she had sold some at $130, and then she got scared to sell. I asked her, when do you sell? I explained covered calls. Her mind was blown. Touchgrass, Savage, out there saving his community. Brian, that is like Tanner. I think he has like a $30 average on Nvidia. Brian, he quit his job within 2 weeks of learning how option writing and how conservative it is. He is under the impression options are super evil and dangerous. There you go. Splair, good morning, Auntie Jen. Splair, this looks tasty and healthy. Thumbs ups to all of you. Thank you all for joining me. Brian saying good morning, Auntie Jen. Juan, Bagel Time, Slayer, no Nvidia sister available at my age. Savage says, boom, I'm out of SOXX. I sold at 25 bucks. 200 shares bought yesterday for 20 and 21. Easy 900 bucks. I'm done for the day. Making sandwiches, getting kids ready for school, and trading. Wife is at jury duty today. Oh my goodness. This is a far cry from being in Tahoe on the weekend, isn't it? Oh my God. Welcome back to the party. My goodness. Unbelievable.
Well, I hope she gets an interesting piece.
Well, I'm very, yeah, no kidding. Hope the case is interesting. For those out there, there are stories like this where you bump into somebody and they have 10,000 Nvidia shares. Don't know a thing about options. It blows my mind. It just blows my mind. Then there are my viewers, some of my viewers who have, I got 20 grand lying around. What should I do with it, Bruce? Well, how about doing $5 credit spreads on Nvidia? Do 10 of those and do 10 on Tesla and 10 on Microsoft and 10 on Google. There you got 40, got 4 different positions. 5 grand each one, credit spreads across the board, way out of the money. They all die in a couple of weeks, or the position you have is a 2-week position. 5-week cash secured call credit spreads, 5-week call credit spreads that you're going to buy back in the next 2 weeks. Boom. And you're going to take 20 grand and make it 21, 22 grand in 2 weeks. And now let's do it again. And let's do it. Let's build that cash up. Let's build up that money. 867 is the dip on the Dow, a little better. Let's knock down 960. Down 145 on S&P, down 571 on the NASDAQ. Oil down $3.14 again, 59.21 on oil. We're going lower on oil. This melon is wonderful. Delicious. And good for you too, they say. Way to go, everyone. Just love these stories about finding these stories about people getting helped out here. Savage, unbelievable. It's so nice you're guiding her in the right way. There you go. Once you understand how options work, once you really get it, you realize this is a lot easier than it sounds. I was never aware that this could be done. I had no idea I could do this. Brian, GameStop is getting closer to 26. Should we be selling 27s to 30s for May and June? What do you think, Uncle B? 25.70 on your GameStop right now, up 30 cents. The only green arrow I've got is GameStop. Cash secured puts are coming down. Call options can be written going forward. 30s, 32s, take dollars. Write $30 cash secured puts if you want, however you want to play it. You want to own the stock and write contracts? You don't want to own the stock and write cash secured puts? Write put credit spreads on GameStop, way behind the stock. Hello, every choice available to you. I like it. Bagel Time says Juan Splayer, no Nvidia system, no Nvidia sister. There you go. All right. Thank you all. Appreciate that. Okay, the thumbs up meter keeps coming on, and so do the votes. 282 of you now are voting on my question of the day. 71% are agreeing with me. I'm heavy on cash, and I don't trust Washington. I don't blame you for that answer one bit. Quite crazy out there. 168 thumbs ups. We're only 32 away from 200 again today. Thanks for helping out with the thumbs up meter. 251 of you are here. We need 32 thumbs ups to get to 200. Help me out. Thank you very much. We'll try to help you guys out and guide you in ways to try to get richer. Thank you for subscribing today to the channel. If you're subscribing, come on, hit that button for me. And let's get some subscriptions coming in here. Thank you very much, subscribers. Members, thank you. Thank you for being part of the family today. Let's get you richer. Oh my goodness, fun times never end. I'll tell you, we're up 42 now on GameStop. Yeah, 25, 82, 83 kind of range. SoFi is still down 65 cents at the moment. SoFi at 1073. The low was 1046 today. The volume is 14 million on SoFi. The volume on GameStop here, 2.8 million, and we're going higher. We're at the highs of the day here, just around 25.85 range is what we've topped out at so far. Rocket Lab down only a quarter, 20.34. Rocket Lab is not backing off. Went down to 19.61. We've come back 70 something cents here, 75 cents in recovery on Rocket Lab. 3.5 million. Look at it go up. It's at the high of the day. It's rolling. Giddy up, Rocket Lab. The Dow down 829. It looks like we're improving on the Dow. I haven't even had my bagel yet. I'm just having the melon. The bagel is coming. What can I say? Oh boy, very nice. Down 806 on the Dow. We're down 1.99%. Interesting. All right. Apple down 597, Tesla down 16, Microsoft down 1069, Alphabet down 328, Amazon down 567, Nvidia down 472, and Meta down 2328. Other stocks that could go green, ASTS down only 19 cents. Let's take a look here at some others. Keeping an eye. Pfizer down 72. We'll watch that. Let's see. Uber down 81. Oh, here we go. Oh man. Okay. This is smelling pretty good. This is all
Smells like Phillips.
okay. This should be very good. Thank you, Auntie Jen. Yeah, that's cool. Thank you. Yes, kids. We've got a better looking market here, bit by bit. Let's just say, is it like incredibly better? No, but we seem to have stopped dropping. We seem to have stopped the fall here at the moment. 25.64 on GameStop. The high of the session, 25.85. We are getting waves of buying, a little selling, another wave of buying, a little bit of selling, a wave of buying. Seems to be the pattern right now. Okay, everybody. Thank you all. Uncle Bruce Savage is saying, Uncle Bruce, I understand this lady very well. I actually worked in finance myself, and I bought stuff at the bottom, held, and then I sold for good gains. Option writing has changed my family's life. Savage goes on to say, nowadays I get to choose when I want to sell and at what price. Of course, for a juicy premium. We just paid our taxes yesterday with a brand new credit card bonus for 125,000 Amex points. Thank you, Uncle Bruce, and thank you, American Express. Larry Titus, bagel time, baby. There you go. There you are. Ways to take advantage of this business, this world. Why not? Here is the ham and cheddar cheese with Felipe's mustard on a sesame toasted sesame seed bagel. Oh, it smells so good. Giddy up, you guys.
Do you know what this weekend is?
This weekend?
I just discovered it this morning.
I know what next weekend is.
What's next weekend?
Easter.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
We're closed on Friday.
This weekend is the first weekend of Coachella Fest.
Oh.
So we have 2 weekends of Coachella Fest, and then we have a weekend of Stagecoach.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Bring on the Daisy Dukes.
Okay, we're going to see some women dressed up as Daisy Dukes around the town.
Daisy Duke shorts.
Wearing those Daisy Duke shorts and those high heel shoes.
And those brand new cowboy boots.
Or those boots. Oh my goodness.
I've never seen dirt.
Ain't never seen no dirt. Oh my goodness. Well, okay, that's what's going to happen. We're down 9.29 on the Dow. We had a dip just as I bit into my first bagel bite. So let's see if we can get a recovery from that 9.29 dip over there on the Dow. All right, Charlie is going neat. Pause bagel. Anti-Jen says to Henry, Savage Wall Street, nowadays I get to choose. Larry is talking about bagels, and so is Stuart. Brian, Uncle Bruce, I have 15 GameStop cover calls, May 16 expiry, $25 strike for 218. If we hit 27, should I be rolling out and up? I think I'm folding right now. That's required. Well, the stock is 25.73 at the moment. And if it wants to pop into the 27, 28 level, you can take a look at rolling, but at the moment, you got May's. You can look into June's or July's or August's at a higher strike. If you can bring in more money, then consider that. Even now, you can look at that. But hey, let's see what the stock wants to do. The higher it goes, the higher the price of the contracts. But your contracts are now in the money contracts, 25s. They're 84 cents in the money. And so time premium will shrink and book value will rise. If you can write an out of the money 27 or a 28 for a few months down the road for just as much or more than it'll cost you to buy these back, bingo, baby. Nothing wrong with that move at all. Okay. Bobby Daisy Dukes, great weekend for photographs, Uncle Bruce. Savage Wall Street, those 125,000 Amex points will magically turn into 350,000 Hilton points and will be used to stay at the Waldorf Astoria for 5 nights in New York City or Beverly Hills next year. This is how it's done, kids. You make money from option writing. You pay your taxes with the money using your credit card, get these points, convert them to Hilton points, and you get 5 free nights at the Waldorf Astoria because you're an option writer. Now, that is a pretty decent way to go, I would say.
That's a pretty sound money moving there.
Mm-hmm. Well done. Well done indeed. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Giddy up, everybody. SoFi 1078, coming back up a bit. And GameStop 25.85. That's the high of the day, I think. We're improving yet again. Savage is saying, I used to hate paying taxes, and now I actually like it. It tells me that we're doing okay, and I get something out of it when it translates points to dollars. I get more than what I paid for. Giddy up. Giddy up. We're down 815. $936 when I started eating. Now we're down 813 on the Dow.
Reverse day.
Go up, go up, go up, go up, go up. Mm-hmm. Giddy up, everybody. Thank you for joining Jennifer and I from around the world as Gold Bagel members, Chillin' with Uncle Bruce members, subscribers, lurkers. You're all welcome here. Appreciate your following us. We're trying to find trades that'll make you dough, trying to work on strategies by doing option writing to take advantage of up days, down days, flat days, boring days, exciting days. We just want you to make money no matter which direction the market goes.
How did Blair's beer bread turn out?
Splair, how did your beer bread turn out?
Beer
bread. Did you make your beer bread yesterday?
Beer bread.
Did that work out for you? Do let us know. Jen is asking, how is your beer bread baking doing? We're up to 174 thumbs ups. Thank you. 291 votes on the poll question. 71% say yes, I'm sitting on cash and writing options from a position of cash. Uncle Bruce, absolutely. All right, kids. Welcome all to the program, all of you. Here we go. Watching the markets, we're down 792 at the moment. At my time, 7:35. In 5 minutes, we've dropped about 140 points. We've come back up 140 points. We'll see if it keeps going. It will, I'm sure, fluctuate. The Rocket Lab down 24 at 2035. Rocket Lab is trying to stay above 20 and go higher. GameStop, $26 in the gun sites. GameStop wants to go up. Google's only down 281. That looks better. ASTS is down just 15 cents. Will we get some green showing up here? That is the question. Will we start seeing any green shoots on any of these stocks that we're following? Rocket Lab down just 18 cents. It's coming on. Rocket Lab is definitely coming on. Nvidia back to 110. It's coming back on. It's approaching its high of the day here on Nvidia. All right. GameStop 25.85, 83.85. This is right around the high of 25.89. The Dow is down 747, improving again. GameStop trying to get to 25.90 right now, just about there. $25.93 on GameStop. It's heading for $26. I didn't know paying your taxes with a credit card was an option, says Jeff Glass. Thank you, Auntie Jen from Flint Creek Soap Company.
Oh, you're welcome.
You're welcome, dear. You must have put in an order.
I did.
Ah, somebody put in an order.
I did. I put in for the whole family.
The whole fam.
It's a large box.
It's a big box of soap. We're going to cross the border.
You get on there and you think, oh, I like that one.
Ooh, that one looks pretty good.
That one too. I like that one too. Oh, we should try this one. We should said this one was good.
There you go.
That's right. Advertising helps.
I have to study the recipe from these cottage cheesecakes. Then I have to make the dough in a medieval way to get into it. The vibe of the kingdom come, the Czech medieval game that is getting fame. But thanks for asking. I will keep you in touch about it, he says. There you go. Crazy 49er Jeff Glass, there is a fee like 1.85%, but you get your hands on these huge points, introductory points, these
Right.
credit cards. 5 nights at the Ritz-Carlton in Beverly Hills.
So you think of your yearly admin fee
Wow.
was the rent you paid. Yeah.
Thank you very much, everyone. Nice going. Amazing. Just amazing. That mustard sauce is kicking in. Love it.
Well, every once in a while you hit one of those bubbles, like a little well of it.
I need it. Those of you buying, paying for your bills using credit cards to earn massive point bonuses. Some of these cards, like these Amex high-enders, will give you free lounge access at airports, and that is worth money, especially the Centurion clubs that Amex operates. Ooh, man. You can bring you and your traveling companion in there, probably enjoy free beverages, including booze, meals, 30-minute massages. Some have shower facilities. I mean, if you're doing some traveling through Europe and what have you, this comes in pretty handy. Yeah. Especially when there are flight delays. Very handy then. Crazy 49er. Chase has a $100,000 sign-up bonus going on. And he says Amex up to 175,000 sign-up points. Yeah, there's some real introductory big-time offers on some of these cards. It's points, not dollars. That's right. It's points, but they are handy. They're interchangeable with all kinds of airlines, hotels. You bet.
Sometimes
Resorts you can book.
touristy things, you can take a day river cruise or something.
You can get an all-inclusive resort sometimes for some of these. Like a 1 week all-inclusive in a 5-star resort, different countries in the world. Yeah, these are worth looking into if you're into this. Dude, just crossing my arms today, waiting on my options positions to come on in. Jeff, my wife got some large bonuses this year that were withheld at the top rate, so that more than covered the meager capital gains I incurred from options. Hopefully, I do well enough to owe next year. Interesting, very interesting. 1080 on SoFi. We're up on ASTS, up 28 cents. We're green on Rocket Lab at 2063, and we're up to 25.95 on your GameStop. These three stocks are all higher, and the Dow is down 822. So ASTS, Rocket Lab, GameStop are green. SoFi at 1078 to 1080, slowly improving as well. Giddy up, kids. AI down 76 cents. It's coming on. It is definitely coming on. MSTR is down 11 bucks. It's coming up. It's coming back. Still down 11. But markets are definitely improving. 1081 on SoFi. Still down 58, but it's improving. Super Micro, 3508 down 162. Nvidia wants to go to 111, wants to go higher. Definitely seeing some improvement here and there. Lisa, Bruce, GameStop, 26 bucks. Crazy Fernando. I wish I could put my referral code in here. I could use the 10,000 points per referral, laughing out loud. There you go. Still showing a loss of 854 on the index on the Dow. GameStop 2603. I need to keep an eye and see if we're going to get a rebound. I'm almost done my bagel, and 3 of the stocks have gone green because of it. Absolutely, it's all because of the bagel. Of course it is.
Bagel power. Bagel power.
Yeah.
Like
That's what it's got to be that. Thank you all for joining in on the party today. Wonderful. GameStop 2605. Mm-hmm. Okay, there we go. Coffee done. Coffee good. All right, let's catch up with some comments here. Savage of Wall Street. Yes, Uncle Bruce. Centurion Lounge out of San Francisco. It's the best. My wife has 5 or 6 mimosas before we travel.
Oh my gosh. I hope they're really small mimosas. Really weak.
If we're going to New York City, we will travel using American Airlines points. My name is the Credit Savage of Wall Street. There you go. Bruce, Susan Shops. Bruce, any guess on GameStop? It's at 26. Could it keep going up? Have another bagel? Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely going higher. 6.2 billion in the bank, 28 to $30 a share is an easy target for this stock to go for. Yeah, I'm convinced of it. Like I said, if you've been writing cash secured puts on this thing, you're seeing shrinkage on all the put contracts. You can, go out and write out of the money, at the money, or in the money, in the money puts if you like. Take dollars and dollars off the table, or just write put credit spreads behind the stock. Stay about $5 behind the stock with put credit spreads, and say, thank you, may I have another? Giddy up. A number of you, delight in letting us know. Just did a $2 credit spread, Bruce, and just got 20%. Or I did a $1 credit spread, got 21% on this thing. Wow. Giddy up. Check the option chain and go. Cover call writing on GameStop positions, absolutely a very, very good idea. Writing $30 calls for January 26th. Bringing in dollars to do that. I don't see any problem with that move. None. Zero. Not a problem. I see nothing but good things happening there. Jan 26 contracts right now for GameStop. If you're going to write 30s, you're going to get 580 up to 625, depending on which level. If you can get 625 a contract for a $30 stock, that's 20% now on top of your stock. You're selling for $36 if you write the 30s. If you get exercised, what a problem you're going to have there. Not nice going. You want to write $25 cash secured puts on GameStop for January. You put up $2,500, you'll get paid $680, $680. That's the last trade there. That's a nice little payoff for a $2,500 commitment. Put up $2,500, get $680 back. Put up $25,000, get $6,800. Nice. That's a nice, healthy little return of money. These are January 26 puts at 25, which are out of the money. They're in the money. Sorry, they're in the money, 89 cents. Okay. No, they're out of the money. Pardon me. They're out of the money, 92 cents. We're 25.92 on GameStop right now. 25.92. So my quotes are already off the charts. They're not accurate anymore. So yes, absolutely good stuff going on with GameStop. At the moment, it's running along. Hasn't traded heavy volume, which again is another very good sign. That 4 million volume has moved it up here to 25. What was it? It got to 26.12 already on the day. Yeah, this is okay. It's back to 25.89. Don't worry about that. Up and down we go. Higher is where this thing wants to go. The Dow, now that I finished my bagel, is at 958. The Dow did not want to run up with me today while I was eating the bagel. It's probably waiting for me to digest it. Let's look at that angle. Let's just say the glass is half full, okay? Okay, well, we'll get it. We'll go from there. Thank you all. Computer buy and sell programs are alive and well in the markets. Congratulations, all of you who are stealing money from gamblers. One, GameStop got to 26.02. Crazy. Roll my Jan 26 $30 calls to GameStop to Jan 27 for $4. No, I wouldn't bother. I wouldn't bother doing that. No. Wouldn't bother. Would not do that. Great, Jeff. I got 310 for 50. Jan 26 GameStops. 310 for 50s. Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't be writing 2027 contracts on GameStop. No, I wouldn't be going that far. Just no. Sit and wait and watch and learn. Giddy up, guys. The other game to play is if you're long the stock, but you're able to write cash secured puts. You buy your calls back, you sell your stock, you write cash secured puts, say 30s for January 26, and bring in a ton of money on top of what you just got for the stock, less the premium you had to pay to get out of those calls. And now you're on the other side of this market with a big, fat cash balance. There you go. Savage of Wall Street. I keep almost $0 on the bank. I don't like the interest. However, I do have 10 GameStop $20 cash secured puts that expire in 2027 on ice, just in case I need sure money at some point. I also have $10 SoFi expiries 2027. There you go. Can always be rolled on those. You can always roll them for more money. We're down 905 on the Dow right now. 900 now, down at 1051 at the moment. There you go. 900 points. All right, Brian, 26.14 on that GameStop. Bruce, yep, we're back up again. GameStop just popped right back through 26 yet again. And there's interest coming in on that stock, buying interest for sure. Losers today on the Dow, Nike and Walt Disney apparently are the losers today. They're the worst of them, I guess. Let's take a peek at the Dow right here. Winners and losers on the Dow Jones. Nike down 520 and Walt Disney down 520. Nike is losing 8.7%, Walt Disney 5.7%. Merck and Company down 5%, American Express down 4.78%, Amgen is off 4.7%, Chevron down 4.4%, that's oil. Nvidia down 4.2%, but it had been improving a little on Nvidia. We'll watch that. Apple down 3.98%, Goldman Sachs down 3.83%, Caterpillar is off 3.7%, Amazon down 3.5%. At the moment. Boeing is off 3%. On the win side, not much. We're on United Healthcare. We're up 2.7% on United Healthcare. That is $16 a share, though, at $594.50, up 16 bucks, 2.7%. Walmart up $1.34 or 1.49%. Verizon Communications up a half a point. Procter & Gamble up 1/3%. Coca-Cola 0.17 or 12 cents a share higher. And after that, it's losers, 0.5% all the way to an 8.7% loss, all the way down to Nike today. That is the story at the moment, at a 994 point loss on the Dow. 994 lower this morning. Now, that has not stopped GameStop from reaching 2604. Rocket Lab down just 19 cents. ASTS down 4 cents. SoFi hanging around 1070, down 70 cents or so. AI down 85. So some of these stocks are trying to recover and go green and go higher. Some are not getting the move at the moment. 2612 yet again on GameStop as it continues to jump here 5 and 10 cents almost every minute or two. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Welcome to the program, everybody. This is the story. I'm sticking to it. That's what we got so far in the first hour and I guess hour 20 odd minutes. Welcome to the show. We'll see if the markets improve as the day goes on. There it is. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. Jennifer and I appreciate you being with us. And thank you again for your kind words, these donations you're making to our cause, picking up some classes, booking one-on-ones. Love to have you. Good to spend time with you, guide you on your way to greatness, to higher profits. Thank you for these thumbs ups. We are now showing how many? 100 and what? Thumbs up meter is 178. We need 22 thumbs ups to make the magical 200 level. Thank you for helping us. We always like to hit 200 thumbs ups. Nice round number. If you're able to hit that thing, please do. Susan Shop says, I wrote GameStop 10 $30 cash secured puts on expiry for March 27. No, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. I think what she did is she wrote, I'm not sure what she did. Hang on, I'm trying to figure out what this is. Either the day she wrote them or which ones she did write. How far can you go out on contracts? Only to December 27. January, June, and December 27s you can go out to. So, okay, I think I got this. Susan Shops is telling us she wrote 10 $30 cash secured puts on the 27th of March. and she got 919 for those. And then she wrote 10 contracts on the 4th of April at 1144, and so she's now got 20 grand into this at the moment. So she needed 10 30s and 10 30s. So there's 20 $30 contracts so far. And she brought in 9 grand and she brought in 11 grand. So she's been paid 20,000 in cash for GameStop. And now that GameStop is running up higher at 26.11 or so, these 30s are only worth in value $3 something each, 6 grand. So she's doing just fine. My problem is I have trouble waiting. I tend to see 10 to 15 to 20% profit that I'm out. I know no one can help me, but I really don't want to leave money on the table. Well, the key here, Susan, is now you're sitting in a situation here where you've got yourself a nice profit. Again, I don't know which contracts you've written. Maybe you wrote the January 26s, the 30s. I don't know which ones you've written, and I don't know exactly where you are on these contracts. I'm assuming you're winning, of course. You've got to be winning on this trade, giddy up. Down go the puts right now as the stock goes higher. We're up 57 cents to 70 cents today. So the pressure on your puts is lower. You're writing 30s and the stock is trading at 26 or so. They're only worth $4. Value times 20 contracts are worth 8 grand. So if you've been paid 20 grand and they're worth 8 grand, you're definitely a hop on them. No, I wrote them last week. These are Jan 26 contracts on GameStop. So that's why I'm so confused what's going on here. All right, so you wrote them last week. And you wrote $30 cash secured puts. Okay, all righty. Jan 2026, $30 puts. They're showing right now a value of $9.15 to $9.90, last at $9.53. They're only worth about $4 each, so there's a lot of shrinkage there to be had. Susan, just sit tight. Don't even twitch. Just let them keep petering out. Just relax and fold your arms. Let the stock do its thing here at 26. Jen says, go clean your cupboards, waste some time, go for a walk, get out of the house. You're going to be just fine. And if the shares want to go to $27 tomorrow or next week sometime, your contracts are only worth $3 in book value. With time on top of that, they're going to be down to the 8 level and maybe the 750 level. Let them keep dying. There is no need to do anything here. Enjoy the shrinkage. Next week's a 4-day week. Thank you. Absolutely wonderful. Don't even flinch. Sit tight. Do nothing. Just absolutely let these shrink out. 20 contracts. Every time they drop a dime, that is 200 in your pocket of value, and you're right now only on the hook for 8,000 of the 20 grand. The rest is yours if you wait this thing out, and it's a nice way to be paid to do nothing. Let the stock, let's say it goes to 30 in a month. Great. These contracts will be trading at $3, maybe, and you'll be up 14 grand. Not bad for a month of your time. Yeah, so chillax, relax, enjoy the ride. I love it. Any of you out there writing 30s, take that kind of money. What's wrong with taking $9.50 on a $30 contract that dies in January? There's nothing wrong with that on GameStop. There's nothing wrong with that trade. I love it, Susan. I love it. This is good stuff. The higher the stock wants to go, you'll get to the point where you'll buy back your 30s for January, and then you'll write 30s or 32s or 33s or 35s for June of 26. And you'll do a rollover where you will get $4 or $5 per contract more in cash on top of your dough. So you're going to, I think you're going to do rather nicely, Susan. Yes, indeed. Giddy up, everybody. Yeah, baby. Giddy up is right. Thank you all for joining us today. Jen and I want to say thank you again. We're down 1,000 points on the Dow, and it really doesn't matter. Where else does that get said on any other channel? No one else talks like that. Unbelievable. Opportunity knocks as these options will pay, and pay you. You covered call writers. You keep an eye on those contracts of yours, and those of you who are doing call credit spreads, by all means, take a look at the depreciation of those contracts of yours and say, thank you, sir, may I have another? Well done, each and every one of you there. Thank you again, everyone, for the thumbs ups and answering the question of the day as we zero in on 200 thumbs ups for the show. We've got 189. We're only 11 away. Beautiful, kids. 11 away. Hopefully the folks on the rerun will bail us out and get us over 200. Much appreciated. We're at 297 people responding to the question here, whether I'm staying in cash right now because I don't trust Washington. 71% of you are saying yes, servers. We are sitting on cash right now. We do not trust Washington. Giddy up, all of you. Thanks again for your support. We'll see you tomorrow. Option expiry date. If anything wacky happens later today, we'll be here to talk to you, and we'll keep an eye on things. In the meantime, I'm watching the market. Jen is watching the market. You're watching the market. We're all watching the market, and we'll see where it all kind of goes to. Thanks again, everyone. This is Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen. And we're going to say our goodbyes in 3, 2, 1. Bye. Way to go, Susan Shops.